I need 2 pillows because they say that your butt will. You're Or take that one.
No, I'll just sit like.
No, like come back here.
No. We're good. Hopefully the snake doesn't come in.
Did you start? Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Okay. All good.
I got a tea. It's cold already. Again.
Hello, Craig. We're going to start today's episode with, I don't know, not too many jokes and things like that.
Yeah.
Languages.
We're doing languages. Oh,
Domi arigato.
I was prepared for the
Ohayou
other one.
gozaimasu.
I was prepared for the other one. Okay.
Wait, real Japanese.
Real Japanese.
Hajime.
Hajime.
Do you know what that means?
No.
It means begin.
Begin. Very nice.
Learned that from my karate days.
Cool.
Hajime. So, how many languages do you speak?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think I could kind of say now 4-ish.
Yeah.
4-ish, and I'm trying to learn a 5th.
Not being rude here. Okay, 4 and you're learning 5.
But the thing is, I can't. You know, what do you define as speaking a language for me? I mean, it's like, okay, I'm fluent in Italian. I'm obviously fluent in English.
Yeah.
But you know, I could speak German, but I'm totally not fluent. But I am getting by now.
Yeah, you can communicate.
Yeah, I can communicate, and so I can. If I define it that way, I can communicate. My Spanish is coming along too.
Yeah.
So you know, but neither of those are fließend. You know, they're not fluent.
He's showing off his German now.
No, his is.
I would say I speak English.
Yeah, sometimes I'm not even sure about my English, actually.
Yeah, right. Well, I think my German, considering how long I've been living here, my German's horrible.
Wow, God, your German sounds good though, to my ears at least, you know.
And it's one of those things, like it depends on who you're in front of. You know, I think when you're speaking a language that isn't your native tongue, if you're in front of, for me anyway, if I'm trying to speak in front of someone I know who speaks that language fluently, then my German is terrible.
That's a good point.
Then if I'm speaking it to like a lot of, say, colleagues that maybe don't speak German so well, then my German feels much better and I'm more confident with it. Okay. I guess it's all a matter of confidence.
You know, I remember when I was still living in Italy, someone was telling me that, and it was like, I don't know if it was an American or an English person, and it was a he, I think, said that when they speak, no, it was a she, I know who it is now, man, that's what it was. She said she gets the most self-conscious speaking Italian in front of other foreigners who speak Italian really well.
Okay.
Where that's where she feels.
Like a bit of a competition.
Yeah, maybe it's like an inner competition. So that's where she feels a little bit more self-conscious when she does that.
Okay.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, that could be true because you're around someone, especially if someone maybe who's been here 2 years or something, speaks, in her case Italian. If someone had been here for less time and spoke a lot better, maybe she'd feel self-conscious.
Yeah, I mean, the way you're attacking it, within another year or something, you'll be speaking way better than me. And I've been living here, 11 or 12 years or something. It's ridiculous. But I have to say the first 8 years I wasn't speaking any German. I didn't need it. Yeah. In Austria you don't. You can always find a way around it.
That's the thing. Yeah. I've been thinking a lot about language learning, the advantages of it and all those things too. I've seen people I'm old, right? So I see my son who...
You're old. You're 2 years older than Eminem.
That's right. So
he's still young.
Probably young. He's a hip hop star, kind of still. Right? But,
abracadabra.
Abracadabra.
Is that the new song?
I don't know.
Still putting out songs.
Is he? Yeah, I guess he is.
Yeah.
He had a new album a couple of years ago. Anyway.
Daughter's popping out kids. He's Opa. He's a granddad.
He's a granddad. It's crazy. Yeah. That is great. So anyway,
What's up, Groom Craigie? It's my new nickname for Craig ever since I found that out. He's not Slim Shady, he's Grim Craigie.
Grim Craigie. So anyway, with I don't even know, now I'm confused. I'm thinking of Eminem now.
Yeah.
Wait, but there was a point here, and I'm still thinking about Eminem though, so I don't remember what it was.
Sorry.
Oh, the language learner. I was thinking about my son, right? My son, he goes to school.
Yeah.
He is fluent. I mean, it's insane.
But how old is he again?
Well, he's 17. Yeah. Because he got that brain at 17. and it just happened through like osmosis, just being at school, and it all just happened. But and then I did it briefly. It was a big waste of time. I went to a German course because when you take a test, it's easy to kind of juke the numbers, right? You know the right answers even if you don't understand everything. So I studied grammar, but my vocabulary was so poor that, so I could tell, okay, this is, I don't know, the subjunctive.
Yeah.
So, and they said, no, you should be in B1.2. I said, that's crazy.
They kept bumping you up because on paper you were good.
Yeah, and I said, that's crazy. I could not speak at all. I could say my name and, so they put me in the class, and the whole entire month of the class, I was just completely lost. I did nothing. I had no idea what it was. But I met another woman who just slightly understood a little bit better than me, and maybe spoke a little better than me, and she had been here for over 10 years. And she had the same attitude, because her husband speaks fluent English. He's Austrian. Fluent English. She said, I just do English everywhere.
You might as well not be living in Austria.
To a certain point. Yeah, and she was there because they were forcing her to take a B2 test or something.
Right, okay.
So, but anyway, I think it's become a hobby now for me, language studying.
That's cool.
And I don't know, should we talk about advantages of it? I mean, I don't know. Do you have any?
I have a little story though.
Tell me.
You remind me of what you were saying. So, I say I didn't speak any for the first 8 years, but I did. I went to German courses too, and I had a similar experience where I reminded myself just then by saying that too, like asking how old your son was. I went to these German courses and I would say 27 at the time.
All right.
And all the other people there were forced to go there for the unemployment service there. They needed to go there to get their unemployment benefits. And I was going thinking, it's a free German course, I can learn a bit. Okay.
Cool.
But then I went into this Deutsch Null, German 0 class. And the teacher was just speaking German to everyone right from the go. And I was like, okay, I understand. They say that's the best way to do it, throw it in the deep end. But everyone understood it. And I was like, I had to put my hand up because I'd just come across the sea and I was here. And I was like, why can't everyone understand you? This is German 0.
Yeah.
I don't not speak a single word of German. And it's just how it was. I quickly, like you, got all the paperwork stuff, learnt that well. And I could memorize some phrases. I was fine at memorizing them, so even that's all basically language learning really is, I guess, except when you're wanting to understand more fluently. But speaking phrases is just memory. Yeah. And people, I got moved ahead in class 2 rather quickly. Like they then put me into the second class and then said, you're even more advanced for this, move you into the third one. Okay. But it was only because of the paperwork. Yeah. Again, I couldn't really understand, but I remember the looks and what other people were saying. They were like, I've been here for so many years and he's been here for 3 months. They were like, this makes no sense. He's been here for 3 months. And the teacher was like making excuses saying, yeah, but look how young he is and he's straight out of school. And I'm like, I'm 27. I graduated school 10 years ago.
It's because of your daily skincare
regime.
Right.
They were like, look at him. He's 15 years old. Doogie Howser here. No, they were, but they were like, that's what they were excusing.
I moisturize.
Yeah, right. They were like, he's straight out of school. By the way, 41 soon?
Yeah, that's right.
41 soon? I don't know. 42 soon? I don't know.
Are you 40?
I'm
Dude,
41
already. I remember last year you turned 40. It was a big deal.
Okay,
Everyone,
See, I don't even remember. Now my memory's horrible. It was all memorizing phrases, and now I can't even memorize my age. I'm 41. Okay. Going on 42 later in the year. Yeah, right. That's right. My little brother's turned 40 recently. Crazy. Okay. All right. So the benefits.
Memory. Yeah. Look, here's the funny thing. So. I've used many different apps. We could turn this into a, which is the best, which is the best learning app, because I've had a lot of experience with,
we could do that. We could show everyone on screen what the apps look like and which one works better. Which one has the best AI, tech, all that sort of stuff. We go through it all.
Yeah, there's
Let us know if you want us to do that.
If you want to do that, yeah. My mom will say.
Hajime.
So, so I'm using this one app now, which actually I'm going to give a shout out to our 19 subscribers.
19 subscribers. Hey, Craig Smell.
Speakly. I found that one, because I use Duolingo. I'm really consistent, but it didn't help me though, because I couldn't speak German. When I was still in Italy, knowing I was coming here, I started using Duolingo. So I had a 1,111 day streak, and I still couldn't speak any German, right? So. But the point is, it did help with some vocabulary and understanding how phrases work. So I think it's useful. It is still, and you keep your language going with it. So I'm actually not knocking Duolingo. But this other app, Speakly, it really makes you kind of delve in. It doesn't hold your hand. It's not gamified at all. It doesn't say, hooray, good for you. It is like, here's a really long story.
Big whoop. It says big whoop, idiot.
Oh, wow.
You should know that, you idiot.
You did 2 days in a row.
Yeah, right.
Who gives a crap, right?
Yeah, right. Okay. You don't get any little badges or anything. You're like, you idiot.
Yeah, right. Well, 50 days, you should speak better by now.
Right.
So anyway, in fact, my girlfriend who's learning German as well, she would use the Duolingo a lot and everything. I was like, well, you paid for Speakly, right? Why don't you use it? She said, it's too hard.
It's too hard.
It's too hard. Okay. And I said, yeah, but it really...
How much is it?
It's not even... I got a lifelong membership. Yeah. I love life membership things because it's like, it was 20 euros more than a year. So I think I spent 71 or 72 euros for life, though.
Lifetime,
right? And I'm studying 3 languages with it.
I paid for a lifetime app once too, and then didn't use it for a while. When I came back, it had all been changed to a monthly thing.
Yeah, to do the subscription. Yeah, that's weird though.
Thing, and I'd already paid for a lifetime thing. That's crazy.
I think you can write them.
Yeah.
Anyway,
maybe I should. You're getting sidetracked.
So this is going to get too long anyway.
Yeah.
But the point is, in this right now, there's a story. They have you read stories so you get used to listening and reading. Yeah. And the story that I'm working on right now that I've been listening to is, what are the benefits of learning a second language?
Hey, perfect. Hey. Maybe we can just play that now. Just turn it on.
So read the point.
So what do you guys want? An app telling you, or do you want us telling you? And that leads me to it. Are apps the best way to learn, or is it best just to get out there and talk to real people?
I am. When I was first in Italy, everyone would say, you just got to jump in. I said, I know 10 fucking words. How can I jump in and start speaking? Oh, and you speak. So I could say buongiorno to everybody, but that's not going to...
That'll do it.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't just do that.
That's the word for everything, isn't it?
Prego. Yeah, I mean...
Doesn't that mean 6 or 7 things?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
No, maybe a couple. Prego, go ahead.
My Italian.
Go on ahead. Prego, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a thing.
That's all right then. What
I was thinking though is there is that truth that you need to be around people, and if you hear it all day, absolutely, those are all true. I've read about language learning recently as well, listening to experts, and I think this is the Memrise app that I read an article on their blog talking about it, that language learning is like maybe 20% learning, but then the rest is, immersion.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So I would agree, more or less. I don't know what the exact number comes out of it, but you have to learn words. You have to have vocabulary to jump in.
You do.
For sure. That. So you can't just start speaking, but I think
it's a balance of using everything together.
Yeah. So an app is wonderful for learning. I mean, this app, Speakly, is really varied because it has you doing flashcards and memorizing things, but in context and teaching you useful words. Right. And it's not just learn how to say present simple, right? Yeah. It does it all at the same time, so you can actually start speaking quicker because you're not stuck only speaking present simple. You might spend months just doing present simple and then wanting to say something you did yesterday, you can't.
Right.
So I think that's useful, but they were saying some of the things like, people find you more intelligent. They'll want to talk to you more at parties. That seems a little bit...
Right. That's shallow. Hey, look at me. I know 6 languages, 4, learning 5. So, if I may, I would end with a little story from my past. I went to high school in Australia, Coolum Beach High School.
Okay.
And that's when you first start learning a second language in Australia. You don't do it earlier than that, not in primary school or anything like that, not like here in Austria.
Okay.
By the way, we're in Austria.
We're in Austria,
speaking funny
in the United
Austrian
States,
German.
in the United States, everyone starts taking Spanish courses in junior high school. And
depending where you are in America, I guess.
But I mean, you can had other options too. Sometimes there's French and.
So we had at my school anyway the choice of German or Japanese.
Yeah.
And everybody picked Japanese, including myself. We were like, because we were like, German's not cool. So it was more because German's not cool.
Yeah, and Japanese is cool, right?
So in the end of when we graduate high school, we don't really speak any Japanese. We don't. But maybe I should have done German. it might have helped me a little bit now in advance. But when
but you
in
totally
hindsight,
speak. I just want to say that Ben speaks German well.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, I think we'll finish by saying, Domi arigato, kaisan desu ka?
Va benissimo.
Hey!
Buona giornata.
All right, dude.
Dude.
That was a good talk.
All right. Cool. All right. Torniamo al lavoro.